Imagine pouring your heart into someone, only to have their world shatter yours with three simple words, "I am married." That's exactly what happened to me, Alba, and it turned my quiet, predictable life completely upside down. My life, as a 33-year-old nurse, was a predictable rhythm of long shifts and quiet evenings. I loved my job, helping people was truly my calling, but outside of the hospital, my world often felt empty. No boyfriend, no family of my own yet, just me and the occasional visit to my dear mother in her small village. It was simple, yes, but often profoundly solitary. Then, like a sudden burst of color in a monochrome painting, Michael arrived. He was the new doctor, 2 years my junior at 31, and undeniably handsome, tall, with captivating brown hair and eyes that held the sky's own blue. He was charming, always smiling, and every nurse on the floor was buzzing about him. Honestly, I never thought he'd even glance my way. I'm not the slender, glamorous type you see in magazines. I'm just ordinary. I don't wear flashy clothes, and my hair is far from long and beautiful. I truly believed someone like Michael would never be interested in someone like me. But then, something unexpected happened. He started talking to me. He'd ask about my day, always with that kind smile, always making eye contact. It took me by complete surprise. Why me? What could he possibly see? Soon, those casual conversations blossomed. He'd offer me a ride home, and I, hesitantly at first, would accept. His car felt like a sanctuary, and our conversations flowed effortlessly, about work, our lives, our families. I found myself looking forward to those drives, to his easy laugh, to the feeling of being truly seen. It wasn't long before coffee would magically appear at my station, or we'd share lunch in the cafeteria, lost in conversation. My quiet world was suddenly brighter, filled with anticipation. I was falling for him, hard. Then came the weekend when he asked me to the movies. My heart leaped. We spent hours together, walking and talking long after the film ended, completely oblivious to the world around us. That night, I truly believed. I believed he felt the same way. I believed we had a future. But a few days later, that beautiful dream shattered into 1,000 pieces. He pulled me aside, his voice hushed, his eyes full of a strange sadness. "Alba," he said, "I need to tell you something. I am married." The words hit me like a physical blow. Married? My mind reeled. He never wore a ring. He never spoke of a wife. I was utterly, completely shocked. If you're still hooked on this roller coaster of emotions, and want to hear more raw, unbelievable true stories like mine, please hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world. He went on to explain, 5 years married to a woman named Laura, no children. He claimed they were unhappy, that they had nothing in common, different interests, spent no time together. He said I made him happy, that he felt comfortable with me, that I made him feel alive. But all I could feel was a suffocating confusion. How could he say all this? If he was so unhappy, why was he still married? And more importantly, why me? Why would someone like him, presumably with a beautiful wife at home, choose to spend time with me? My mind spun with questions. I liked him so much, but I couldn't be the cause of someone's pain. I was caught in a painful limbo, torn between my growing feelings and a crushing sense of wrongness. Then, one ordinary afternoon, my world took another gut-wrenching turn. I was at the big city supermarket, just picking up groceries, when I heard it, a familiar laugh, Michael's laugh. My heart jumped, then plummeted as I saw him. He was with a woman. Before he could spot me, I knew. It was Laura, his wife. And she was stunning. Tall, elegant, like a model straight out of a magazine, adorned in expensive clothes, her smile radiant. They were laughing, so genuinely happy, completely engrossed in each other. The image seared into my brain. Happy? He told me they weren't happy. He told me they had nothing in common. My chest tightened, a cold ache spreading through me. I turned and fled, abandoning my cart, desperate not to be seen, desperate to escape the brutal reality of what I'd just witnessed. Back home, the confusion morphed into a burning clarity. Why was he with me if this was his reality? I couldn't be the other woman. I wouldn't. I knew, with a certainty that chilled me to the bone, that I had to confront him, to understand, and to make a choice, for myself. The next day at work was agonizing. I was tired, my heart heavy, dreading seeing him. When Michael greeted me with his usual warm smile, I couldn't return it. "Michael, we need to talk," I said, my voice barely a whisper, but firm. His smile faltered. "What's wrong, Alba?" he asked, his confusion palpable. "I saw you yesterday," I stated, my eyes locking onto his. "At the supermarket. With your wife. You looked happy." "I don't understand why you're spending time with me if you're happy with her." The silence stretched, thick with unspoken truths. He looked away, his usual confidence gone, replaced by a profound sadness. "I'm not happy, Alba," he finally said, his voice low. "Laura and I don't have the same connection that you and I have. With you, I can be myself. You make me feel alive." His words twisted my heart, but I knew I couldn't be swayed by them. I cared for him, truly, but I couldn't be the reason someone else's marriage crumbled, or worse, linger in a limbo of deceit. I told him I needed space, time to think. The next few days were a blur of agonizing thought. I poured my heart out to my best friend, Sarah, who listened patiently. Her words, as always, were a beacon of truth. "Alba, you deserve someone who can be with you fully. Don't settle for less." And just like that, it clicked. She was absolutely right. My own happiness, my own integrity, had to come first. A week later, Michael called. He wanted to meet. I was nervous, but ready. We met at a quiet park, and I looked him straight in the eye. "Michael, I care about you," I began, my voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. "But I can't be in this situation. You need to decide what you truly want. If you're not happy with Laura, you need to talk to her. But I simply cannot be the other woman." He looked utterly devastated, but also, I think, understood. "I care about you, Alba," he said softly. "I'll think about everything. I just want you to be happy." We said our goodbyes, and I walked home, a strange mix of sadness and resolute strength washing over me. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, ending something that had brought me so much joy, but I knew, deep down, it was the right decision for me. Life is messy, full of unexpected turns and heartbreaking choices. But sometimes, finding your own strength and choosing your own path, even when it hurts, is the most powerful thing you can do. So, tell me, what would you have done in my place? Have you ever had to walk away from something you deeply wanted because it just wasn't right? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts.